Here we go, guys. Top 10 worst horrors of 2023. Obviously, just in my viewing opinion. I'm not a movie critic. I know nichts about any of this. Let's fire on with the worst 10, for me, horrors of 2023. So, at number 10, The Pope's Exorcist. I mean, Russell Crowe, what the hell's going on? You're a good actor. You can act. The cinematography in this was beautiful. Why did I feel bored to tears? I've no idea. I had no interest. An exorcism should kind of keep you awake, but it didn't in this case. Number 9, The Boogeyman. I went to see this at the cinema with a couple of friends who really enjoyed it. I didn't. I found it predictable, boring. It's something that you could show to an 8-year-old that wanted to get into horror, and you'd probably bore the arse of them too. No, The Boogeyman, no Boogeyman. Number 8, The Meg 2, with the success of the first one, which I highly enjoyed, and the amazing trailer for the second one, which featured Barracuda by Heart, which is an absolutely kick-ass song, which didn't appear anywhere in the movie. The Meg 2 was just crap. None of the really intense scenes that we saw in the trailer were presented the same way in the movie. I didn't care about any of the characters. The guy that showed up near the end that was obsessed with his bag was fantastic, but other than him, the movie was a complete flop for me. It had none of the charm of the first one, and I don't think I should be interested in seeing The Meg 3 if it exists. 7, Night of the Hunted, quite a recent movie set in a filling station of somebody who is the sharpest shooter in the world when the character is not a main character, but can't shoot for shit when they're shooting at the main character. It was eye-rolling. It was like, right, okay, you've shot that person from 100 paces because they obviously don't matter to the plot, but the main character who stood there in plain sight you can't hit even though they're wearing white and they've got blonde hair. Just fuck off. Nope. Number 6, Tin and Tina. This is an online, I believe, Netflix movie. It's a foreign movie. It's on number 6. It was on my Letterboxd. I remember nothing about it. It was terrible. It's about kids that are evil and do evil stuff. That's all I remember, but it was eye-rollingly bad. Number 5, and I apologise to the people that love this movie, Skinamarink. I watched this twice. I made myself rewatch it because so many people had said it scared the bejesus out of them. It bored me to tears both times. I put on subtitles to try and hear what the kids were saying and still couldn't. I don't want to see people's ceilings and people's floors and people's doorknobs. If I wanted to watch interior decoration, there's programs for that. It didn't frighten me. The noises were quite eerie here and there, but other than that, I didn't see anything glowing. I am really glad other people enjoyed it, but it was not for me. Number 4, It Lives Inside. Really generic tale that could have been fantastic, that did look at different cultures, that did look at different traditions in the cultures, that should have been played on a lot more, but they just took a really good idea and shit all over it basically. They just made what could have been a really interesting film a really dull, well, it was all right film. So It Lives Inside, as banal as it is number 4. Number 3 is The Dross, that was Five Nights at Freddy's. My son loved this movie. He's a massive fan of the games. I do believe there's a lot of nods to the games, a lot of Easter eggs, as my son puts it. For me, it was stupid. It wasn't frightening. It wasn't camp. The actual characters looked fantastic. The actual animatronics looked brilliant, but other than that, there was just nothing redeeming about this. It's for kids. Why this has a 15 certificate slapped on it in the UK is news to anybody. My son and his friend loved it. I do believe that is the kind of people that it is aimed at, but most adults, no, I can't say that most horror fans would be a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's. You need to watch Willy's Wonderland to actually see how to do this properly. Number 2 is Pet Sematary Bloodlines. Honestly, I think I took a flatline watching this. The actual connection between this and the original Stephen King work, where's it gone? What is this? Can I keep conscious? No, I don't think I can. Move on. If you need a sedative, Pet Sematary Bloodlines is the one to take, guys. And number 1, a very lesser known movie called Dear David, and I shall explain to you why this is my number 1. Let's go back to me. Okay guys, I fired through the rest. I'll tell you about this one, Dear David. Dear David is a story that's been going around the internet for many years. A story that a guy put on Twitter, I believe. He is an illustrator and he said he was being visited by the ghost of a little boy that he called David. This was a really creepy story and he got some amazing photographs that were super creepy, and I don't know how he did them, if it's fact. And it was the whole story of what had happened to this little boy and why he was haunting him, and he had video footage of his cats acting really weird in his apartment. Just stuff happening. We know me, I'm a sucker for the paranormal. And I always said this would make a fabulous movie. So when I heard they were making a movie about this, I was so like, wow, fantastic. They didn't even include the photographs from the original story that were proper creepy in the film. They invented loads of stuff surrounding who he was, why he was. Some stuff was semi-interesting, but they took a really interesting story that intrigued an entire nation of people and turned it into a really bad B-movie. I was so disappointed. It was one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and I could not wait to see what they did with it, and they just ripped the heart and soul out of it and presented something that was so far removed from the actual story. They actually got the real guy to star as himself in it. I can't believe that he passed this. No. Maybe it doesn't deserve to be at number one, but it's at my number one because I was so disappointed, because I was looking forward to it so much, being so intrigued by the actual like online story. So check out the online story, guys. If you don't know about it, you'll find it easily, Dear David, and then watch this piece of dross and tell me what you think. So thank you so much for being here with me for the year. That is my last top list of the year done. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't keep you too long. I tried to fire through them as quickly as I could. Thanks for all the support in the year, all the comments, all the likes, and your friendship. It's much appreciated, guys. If I can, I may try and do like a rounding up of 2023 for me. Not a film one, a more personal one. Just have a bit of a chat. You know how it is with you guys. I shall try and endeavour to do so if I can. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Over and out from Lisa Lives.